Alright, hello YouTubers and viewers. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. This video will not be Talking Ben this time. This is Talking Ben's story about school. Once upon a time, Talking Ben wake up for school today. Hey Ben, time to wake up for school. Okay, Ben Matami, I will. After that, he gets his own breakfast. Well, after that, he dresses himself, gets his own breakfast, and then gets his backpack ready, and then goes to school. Alright, time to head off to school. But then my tummy realized it. Then his tummy said, "Hey Ben, wait a second." Ben stopped and said, "What, Ben my tummy?" And then after Ben and his tummy talked to him and said, "Well, I hope you have a great day today and don't get in trouble." And Ben said, "I won't get in trouble, buddy." So Ben is off to school now. And as soon as he arrives at school, no one was there. And Ben panicked. She looked at his phone and said, "Oh no, it's Saturday. There is no school today." So Ben went back home. After he got home, he said, Ben, tell me, look what just happened." "Oh, I forgot. It's no school today. Oh, sorry, Ben." "It's okay. Hopefully there's school Monday, bud." And the next day, he woke up and saw the spider on the ceiling. And he yelled, "Ah, spider!" And Ben Tony came in and said, "Ben, what's wrong? Why are you screaming?" And then he said, "There's a spider on the ceiling. Can you get it for me?" He said, "Yeah, I'll just reach him with the flash water anyway." And he said, "Good." So after he done that, the spider was dead. And he's like, "All right, Ben, the spider is in the trash can. It's all dead now. So you're all good now." "Thank you, buddy. Come here, give me a hug," Ben said. So Ben and his tummy hugged him and hugged him, "Thank you," and he loves him. Cool. Okay. Alright, the next morning, it was school time again, and Ben was like, "Oh, I wish there was school today. I'm gonna try and go." And Ben again, trying to get him dressed and get his own breakfast, get his backpack, and then goes to school. So what just he did? After he arrived to school, no, everyone's there. We're just glad. What is he is so good and happy. He is happy that it's Monday now, which is Monday is the best day to go to school. And then when Ben enters the classroom, he's like, "Good morning, teacher." And the teacher said good morning to him too. So all of a sudden, Ginger, which is Ben's friend, punched the teacher in the face, and now he's down. He laid on the floor. And Ben's like, "Oh, you in trouble now." And then Ginger started punching him again, once again. Now this is going viral, guys, YouTubers. So the teacher had to say to the Ginger, Ginger, go to principal's office now. So what just Ginger did that. So she went to the principal's office and told him what happened. And she said, "Oh, principal, I accidentally punched the teacher in the face, and now she's laying down." Principal gasped. "Oh no, I'm gonna have to check on him." The principals went into the classroom and checked on the teacher and see if it's okay. Which is they did. Wow. And all of a sudden the principals called the police on Ginger. And they said, "911 with emergency." And then the principals called the police and said, "Oh, police, the kid just punched the teacher." And they said, "What's the name? What's his name?" And they said, "Ginger." Which is they did. And they asked them, what is the address? And they said, Chartermine Middle School, Ben Avenue, Mill Hall, PA. Which is, and then after the principal called the police on Ginger, the cops arresting the Ginger. Which is the principal told all the kids they can go home now. But except the Ginger. Ugh. Oh wow, that's just going viral, guys. So Ben went home as fast as he can, and then entered the house. And then Ben said, "Wait a minute, Tommy. Something went viral at school today." "Oh God, what happened, Ben?" He said, "Ginger was arrested." And Benjamin's tummy said, "Oh, for what?" Well, and Ben said, she punched the teacher multiple times in the face, and now she's dead." And Benjamin's tummy gasped. "Oh no, now you won't go to school again, bud." "Well, I'm still going to school though," Ben said. "Yeah. So you can't go, so you're still going to school again?" Ben said. And then he replied, "Yes." So, when it's supper time, Ben has cereal for supper. "Oh, this is so good," Ben replied. And then, after he eats supper, he takes his medicine, goes to right to bed. Yeah. And Ben noticed something burped and foamed like this. Ben's Tommy came in and said, "Oh no, Ben, are you okay? You look really sick." And he's like, "Oh, I'm very sick." What made you sick, Ben?" And then Ben replied, "Oh, I don't know. Something made me sick." Was it the cereal you ate for supper?" Ben Stubby replied. "Yeah, kinda." "Oh no, just rest, buddy." So Ben rested for a little bit and then all of a sudden wake up and feeling real better now. And Ben said to himself, "Oh my God, I feel better now. I rested good." Ben and his tummy came in and was like, "Wow, you look better today, Ben." "Well, I was sick earlier," Ben in my tummy. "Yeah, I know, but you're feeling better now, Ben. You must have rested good." And Ben replied, "Yeah, I replied, I rested good." So, and Ben gets a phone call from someone, and it was Leo's dad. And then he answered the phone and said, "Hello, Michael, what's up?" And Michael replied, "Hey, this is Leo's dad, and I want to see how, I know he's not in the meeting, but I just want to see how you guys doing." "Oh, we're fine," Ben replied. And so Ben talked to Michael for 5 minutes and then hang up and said, and before Ben hang up on Michael and said, hey, Michael, I better get going. I better get back to what I'm doing." Michael replied, "Okay, buddy, I'll talk to you later." And then Ben said, "Bye, Michael. Have a great time." And he said, "You too." "Yeah," Ben replied to himself. "Yeah." Anyways, so Ben, after when it's lunchtime, and Ben decided to eat some beans for lunch. After he ate lunch, he just gasped. "Oh God, this is going viral." Ben and Tommy came into the kitchen, smelled, and said, "Oh, Ben, what did you eat for lunch?" And Ben replied, "Beans." And then Ben and Tommy was like, "Oh, that will do it. Oh my God." "Yeah." And then Ben burped. And Ben and Tommy smelled that too. And he's like, "No, not that burp too. Oh, I'm gonna feel sick." Well, just he didn't. So Ben and his tummy, well, Ben would, after when it's summertime, when it's supper time, Ben decided to eat more of those sweet cereal for breakfast for supper. So when Ben did that, hopefully he won't feel sick after all. And when it's Wednesday morning, Ben got up, got ready for school, and all of a sudden, when Ben arrived at school, no one was there again, and it's a Wednesday. So Ben decided to run home as fast as he could, and then talked to Ben in his tummy. And he replied, why is no one at the school right now? It's a Wednesday. So Ben in his tummy replied, oh, buddy, you remember that the teacher was dead the other day? And he replied, yeah, I know, but... And then they all sad. Yeah. And then Ben in his tummy replied, well, Ben, I guess you can't go to school no more. Okay. And then Ben's like, okay, Ben in my tummy, I'll just rest for a little bit. Yeah, I will do that for a little bit. And then after Ben rested, he woke up and then went to talk to Ben in his tummy. And Ben in his tummy said, hey buddy, how was your rest? Ben replied, oh, it's great. I love that. I love the rest. Which is Ben love resting now. After it's 11 o'clock, which is right now, Ben said, well, what do you want for lunch? And Ben in his tummy said, I don't know. Should we get McDonald's or something? And Ben replied, oh, sounds good. I love McDonald's. And Ben and his tummy and Ben all went to McDonald's for lunch, which is right after 11:30. And sure stay alive there. And listen to this one, guys. I have to warn you. Hey, what can I get you? Ben, tell them what you want. I want 12-piece chicken nuggets, french fries, and a sweet tea. And then Ben is telling me once and said, I want a cheeseburger. And then that cashier at McDonald's said, that'll be $20. But Ben forgot to get Ben his tummy money and wallet. So Ben, well, we got back to the car, went and found the wallet inside the car. So Ben and him went back inside and paid for McDonald's food for lunch. And McDonald's guy said, oh guys, you're the best. I'll give you food right now. It's coming up. So Ben and his tummy and Ben sat on the table in front of the window. They waited 5 minutes for food and then they arrived. Which is Ben and his tummy. After Ben tried to fly, Ben's tummy said, hey Ben, how was your lunch? And he replied, it's good. And then Ben burped and burped. And Ben and his tummy was like, wow, you must have ate that much, huh? No, I don't eat that much, Ben said. So, and after they cleaned up the table, they ran home, they got into the car and went home quickly. And that's a long story, guys. And then after they got home, they rested and let the food digest, and then they thinking about getting ice cream. Ben was like, hey Ben, why don't we get ice cream after we digest our food for a little bit? And Ben replied, ooh, sounds good. So yeah. Alright, and then Ben, after they digest their food, they went to call and went to Ice Shack in their hall. And so they were in first, but the door can't open. Ugh. So the Ice Shack lady helps them open the door using the locker key. And the lady's like, sorry guys, the door is locked, so you may go in. So and Ben and somebody said, hey Ben, do you decide what you want for your ice cream? I just need vanilla, no sprinkles. What? That's all you're gonna get? Ben and somebody replied. Yes, Ben replied. And then the cashier at the ice shack said, "Hey, what can I get you?" And Ben said, "I want a vanilla ice cream, no sprinkles, in a dish." And the lady's like, "Just vanilla?" "Yeah." And Ben and Tommy's like, "I want the twist, please." "Okay, that'll be $5, the lady said. So Ben and Tommy paid $5 for it, and then they didn't give him change back. Which is great. $5, no change back. And then they waited for it. Puh. And then the lady said, just vanilla." And then that's Ben's ice cream. So he got it and said, "Thank you, lady." She's like, "You're welcome, Ben." And then Ben realized she said his name. Ben and son was like, "Ooh, did she say your name?" And the lady commented the ice cream twist and said, "Twist." And then Ben and Tommy one talked to the lady for a second and said, "Hey, how'd you know my friend's name?" "There's an app called Talking Ben the Dog," lady said. And Ben and Tommy replied, "Ooh, oh, that's cool." And and then they said, "Have a great day," and then they went back to the car. And they started the car and then go home. Uh, And then when they got home, well, alright, after they got home, they just went to back to bed. If it's nighttime. When it's nighttime, they went to bed. So they rested and then rested all the time in peace. There's one more page. After a few seconds, huh. And then, once in the morning, Ben woke up and felt happy again. And Ben and Sammy's like, "Hey Ben, what are you happy about?" And Ben's like, "I'm happy that you got me ice cream yesterday and McDonald's." And Ben and Sammy's like, "I'm glad you like it." And Ben's like, "Thank you, Ben and Tommy, you're the best." And that's the end of the story. I hope you guys liked the story today, and please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit notification, and then we'll see you in the next story. And, and don't forget, if you really like this video, hit the like button. And this story will be great in this video on YouTube.